In this video, I'm going to be taking you along with me on a 10-mile run through the hilly trails of Virginia, 98-degree weather. We're going to talk about how to run further. Make sure you watch this whole video because the last tip is going to be the one where I give you the absolute truth about distance running and what it actually takes. So one of the questions I get a lot, being a ultra running, distance running, trail running type channel, is how do I run further? So in this video, I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks to be able to run further without getting as tired. As you can see, I'm power hiking right now up a very steep incline, cutting over from one trail to another. And that's my first tip, slowing down. It's 98 degrees today, huge hill. You can't run as hard as you can all the time. Most people run way harder, way too often, and they burn out. They get injured, and they don't know why they can't run further. Well, you can't mash the gas pedal down every run and expect you're going to run further and further and further. There are times where threshold runs, speed training are necessary just to keep faster, keep your turnover in your legs, stay nimble. But 80 to 90% of your runs should be at conversational pace. That can be dictated by a lot of things: terrain, elevation gain and descent, heat, weather. Heat is definitely going to take it out of you. So part of what you need to be doing is thinking about, what can I do to run further, to slow down, to lengthen my longer runs. And one of the key factors in slowing down but still being able to maintain not walking at a crawl, these walks I'm talking about are supposed to be power hiking. I can power hike anywhere from 13-minute miles to 14.5 minute pretty easily. I practice. Walk run ratio should be whatever it is needed for you to maintain and achieve the distance you're looking for. If you're looking to try to get to 8 or 10 miles and you can't run the whole thing, run for 4 minutes, walk for 5. Whatever it needs to be done for you to get there is what you need to do. Experiment, see what works best for you. The hotter months are absolutely going to be harder. Your heart rate's always going to be up higher in the heat, so adjust for that. Another walk run strategy that I implement, or I'm forced to implement here in Virginia, I can't put together more than probably a quarter mile of flat ground unless I go on a track. So I practice on the track a lot when I want to be able to kind of normalize, standardize my intervals. But you can run downhill, power hike up hills, and just maintain that. It's very easy to maintain a 11.5, 12.5, even 13-minute mile when it's 90 degrees or over, or below that, whatever your pace is. When dealing with horseflies, horseflies are terrible right now. Lost my train of thought. When you live in a hilly area like I do, and you can't dictate paces very well, you can't standardize, you can't be consistent with paces, you have to really run with heart rate. And that's what I typically do. I run with heart rate. I know when to walk, when I can run. And I use this the same way in running ultra marathons. I have to do walk run. Anything over a 50K or 31 miles, I have to implement a walk run strategy. So that's what I do. I practice how I'm going to race, and it's pretty easy to maintain, a 13-minute mile with power hiking 10 minutes and jogging 2 or running 2. It's very easy depending on your speed and your ability and how much you practice power hiking. It's very easy to do. But ultimately, this is about extending your distance, whether it's racing or in training. Next tip, breathing. I'm going to say something controversial. I know there's tons of breathing techniques, and I've used them from racing 5, 10Ks, road racing, all that stuff, marathons. What I can tell you in ultra marathons is that if you have to think about your breathing so much, at least in training, for your 80 to 90% of easy conversational pace running, you're breathing too hard. Ultimately, get the oxygen to your body the best you can. And if you're struggling, you're running too hard. You got to slow down. It does hurt the ego, but you will build up that endurance over time, and it will become easier and easier. So I wouldn't think about breathing in any way other than getting oxygen to yourself and that you're under control. Third tip, location, location, location. If you live in an area where everything's exposed and there's no shade, and it's during the summer, you're gonna have a sufferfest every workout. And it's definitely gonna have an effect with the distance, speed, heart rate, all of that. You can go inside. I know a lot of people hate the treadmill, but the treadmill helps build mental toughness and the ability to turn your brain off and tick off miles. If you can get outside, that's obviously the best. Today, 98 degrees out in Virginia, running exposed on the roads is a no-go for me today. And trails are always going to be chosen over roads no matter what weather, but right now, probably 95% of my run is in the shade. While it's super humid, super hot, I'm not exposed to the sun, which does help keep my heart rate down. All right, next tip as I power hike up this next big hill. Fueling and hydration. I know we talk about that a lot in races and how important it is for success and consistent performance. It's the same thing in training. I'm guilty of this also. Running in a under-fueled or fasted state, and it definitely has an effect on your training. If you're trying to put in 10 miles in like I'm in today with a lot of vertical and you don't fuel, it's going to make it very hard to perform and to push through and to do it in a way that's beneficial to you and your body. Today, I'm still taking in 100, 150 calories every 45 minutes. Lots of water before, and lots of water after with electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, all of that. One of the reasons hydration is so important is the more dehydrated you get, the thicker your blood gets, heart rate goes up, and your rate of perceived effort goes up, making it very hard to maintain whatever pace, speed, distance you want to achieve. You don't want to hurt yourself needlessly. So make sure you bring enough water, even when you don't think you need it. Stay hydrated, and that will definitely help your performance and help you run longer. Next tip, cross train. A lot of people leave out strength training, cross training. A strong hip area, glutes, hamstrings, quads, core section is essential in maintaining your form so it doesn't break down over longer distances. People have a tendency to start to squat. So I don't know if you can see it, but as they run, they kind of sit and they're like they're sitting in a chair. It's called sitting in a chair. There, easy enough to visualize. But you like to think about running as extending your core, almost like someone's pulling a string off the top of your head. Taking short steps, high turnover, and that's definitely gonna help you run further and take the pressure off your body. A faster turnover, keeping that, your steps per minute, anywhere from 160 to 180 is definitely gonna help even when you're running slower. So if you're just beginning, your mileage may vary. Don't try to do too much too soon. And that kind of leads me into the next common sense tip, building a proper base. Distance running isn't done in a day. It isn't done in a week. It isn't done in a month. It is a consistent effort done in a smart way over a long time to build yourself up to be able to mentally handle and physically handle longer and longer distances. So, not increasing your long run each week by more than 10 to 15%. Same with your total mileage per week. Taking it easy and running a majority of your runs in that 80 to 90% of your runs in a conversational pace is going to help you get there in a safe, injury-free, hopefully, manner. One thing to help maintain your running form, or help improve it, is running hills. Hill repeats, things like that, are going to not only help you with your strength, but they're going to help you with your form in regards to running altogether, whether it be 5Ks or 100 milers. All right, the next tip is going to be a combination of mental toughness, which is something you build over time by being consistent and pushing yourself. Got to have that to run distance and to keep pushing. Next is time on your feet. I say this all the time. You got to get used to being on your feet. If you can stand most of the day at a desk, do it. Whatever you do in life is a job. If you can stand doing it, it's going to help you tremendously. Because those of you who work on your feet all day could probably tell those who don't how difficult it is to stand for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. Just standing, not even running. So in an ultra where you're going to be on your feet 10, 12, 24, 30 hours or more, and that's with running. You got to get used to getting your muscles, the ligaments, fascia, your mind strong enough to maintain an upright position in an ultra marathon and distance running in general. Next tip, rest and recovery are so key, especially as you age. We in distance running have a tendency to be obsessive about things. We're just drawn to the sport, doing too much too soon, falling in love and being so passionate about something that you can't ever see yourself not doing it. And sometimes that's a good thing, and many times it's a bad thing, because we take on too much, we do too much, we train too hard, we burn ourselves out, and we either lose our passion or we lose our health, the part that we need to keep moving. That's what this is all about. My channel is centered around getting people to be passionate and confident, but smart, that they help themselves stay in this game a long time, to be able to do what you love for a very long time. I want to be trail running into my late 70s and 80s. And the only way I can do that is taking care of myself now, making sure I get enough rest, get enough sleep, that I fuel enough, that I hydrate enough, that I don't overtrain, that I fall in love with the process and not just the result. That being out here, not stressing about speed or pace, and just being one in nature and with my body and moving, that's what this is all about. Running further is this relentless forward progress, putting one foot in front of the other, just like life. If you want to do this, you can. Use that mental toughness, use that passion, use the hurt, the pain, the depression, the anxiety, all the things that are triggering in your life that cause you to maybe do this. We have a lot of us out here, from substance abuse to depression, anxiety. It runs the spectrum out here of why people do this. That's why I want people to love this and do it in a smart way that allows you to do it for the rest of your life, and to not stress about end results, not stress about what other people are doing, not stress about speed, medals, or anything. It's about being out here. I'm going to be out here almost 2.5 hours talking to you guys, sharing some of my wisdom over the last 10 plus years of ultra running. You got to love this. You got to want it. You can't fake it. You can't rush it. You have to build this over time. And if you really want it, you can do this. Appreciate you spending the time out here. If you want to watch some more tips and tricks, go ahead and click right here. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining in. Bye.